Welcome back to the channel. If you are watching, please ensure that you are subscribed and liking the video. Episode 6 of Season 5 is the topic of discussion. Dustin and Steve have to warn Jonathan and Nancy. Unfortunately, Nancy has become a certified crash out. She doesn't care about shit, so she shoots the science bullshit. Then it makes things melts for some odd reason. Why is everything melting if it's just an opening to space? The aftermath makes a vacuum that almost sucks up Hopper, 11, and 8. Since 11 is super cool, she poses like a superhero and makes a path. Now the most interesting part of the show is back on. Vecna Watsit, Henry 1, shows his true colors with Holly. He's really a big bully, scaring young children. Will's dumbass is still stuck in the Vecna mind prison. Vecna loves his first victim.
Get that butt!
Robin starts explaining things with old records. This analogy isn't as dumb, but still overusing this trope. When Will is in the dream world, it's more like a nightmare. Vecna reveals William is the reason the tunnels were made. He calls him a vessel, even says he is powerful. He is pretty strong after he was able to break Vecna's leg. It's crazy that Max is so out of the loop. She assumes 11 was the one that controlled Vecna in the last episode, but we know it was Will. So sad he doesn't get his flowers. We go back to Dustin's story about the wormhole thing. He seems really shaken up about this wormhole revelation. Meanwhile, Steve is determined to save Jonathan and Nancy. The two loved birds wake up to the ceiling melting, and the room they are stuck in is filling with liquid. If they don't wake up and do something, they will be cooked. That's on Everything I Love. 8 is a vibe killer. I forgot to mention this in episode 5. She makes a suicide pact with 11. That came out of nowhere. She came back to the series just to promote killing yourself. Lucas and Robin go to the hospital to save Max finally. This whole season that should have done this. Lucas already played the song for Max, but why didn't he just keep playing the song like every episode? Get some headphones and keep them in her ears or something. Now he has hope she wakes up. Jonathan and Nancy are still trying to escape the room. Of course, the crash out has an idea to break the door. Unexpectedly, this makes the situation worse. Steve thinks he can get to them, but Dustin finally breaks down and tells him he doesn't want to lose 50, another friend. This intervention from Dustin actually saves Steve's life. We know Steve is untouchable in this season. I don't think he even takes damage at all, since they are about to die, and in the spirit of telling the truth and having breakthroughs. Jonathan and Nancy have their own heart-to-heart. They confess things they were keeping from each other and acknowledge their trauma bonding. Realistically, that is the only reason she is with Jonathan. She chose him because he was going through more hardships than Steve was at the time. At the end of their talk, Jonathan does the opposite of a proposal. Their marriage would have sucked. Jonathan's fall off needs to be studied because who the hell is he anymore? He's not even really a person in this season. Nancy became a whole different person. But of course they don't die. The liquid stops rising and it solidifies, so they are safe. Now 11 is going to try to enter the Vecna mind prison place, but Will, the sorcerer, is still stuck in there. When she finds him, he seems like he's been unalived. During Max and Holly's expedition, we discover what happened to Vecna in that cave, and possibly why he can't enter that area. Bro was a little boy, but he put a rock to the scientist's skull like 50 times. No hesitation, then acted like he didn't love that shit. Yet he immediately starts looting the scientist. He couldn't get Max in his mind, so he sends his hive mind to get her at the hospital. Lucas plays the song for her again, and when the demo dogs attack, the military is the first to get killed. But when Robin and Vicky get cornered by the dogs, they just run right past them. I know the soldiers shoot at the creatures, but they could have just ran past them to get Max, because the bullets don't hurt them. Robin and Vicky use the overcom to warn Lucas, so he picks Max up and carries her to the basement. Buddy is on roids, or something, the way he's running with her in his arms. The dogs are on their ass, and he's still blasting music. They should be dog food. Max and Holly are about to escape the mind jail until Max decides to give Holly a TED Talk. After the TED Talk, Max starts a podcast and makes Holly her co-host. Then they both start running, but we don't even get to see if they escape. Really anticlimactic.